Welcome back to Mondays with Mike. I'm here with Dr. Carrie Abood. Dr. Abood is the principal of our lower school, which includes our preschool all the way through our 8th grade. And Carrie, I want to talk to you about our kindergarten program.
Good, because I want to talk about it.
Awesome. So can you just give me a layout of what is kindergarten like, and what do we see in the growth and development of a kindergartner kind of this stage?
Yeah, so one thing to consider is when a student enters kindergarten at PCA, we have students who come from our preschool program. So we have PCAPers who come into kindergarten, but we also have a number of new families who join PCA into kindergarten. So I think one of our specialties is kindergarten is a really great place to start at PCA. We have lots of great conversations with parents before the students come in. We have an opportunity for each student to go through a kindergarten assessment, a readiness assessment, so that we can learn more about each child and where he or she is. And then there's just some really good conversations that our Dean of Academics gets to have with all of the parents of prospective kindergarten students. So it starts off with a really great conversation and a really great starting point, no matter if you've already been here for preschool or if you are brand new to our community.
So that's really neat. So as a parent coming in, what would that look like? What can I start to expect both with PCA, but also what will my child be doing? I mean, first, imagine I'm a first-time parent, my oldest child's coming in.
Yep.
What would that look like?
So at PCA, one thing that we really ascribe to is providing a sense of balance of education in kindergarten. So if you know anything about the state of New Hampshire has mandated play-based kindergartens for all of the public schools. We have looked at that, and we like to take what we think is best in research and then blend it with what we think is a great balance for students. So one thing that you will notice in our kindergartens is that we certainly have academic instruction. Students are learning number sense. They are learning phonics, a really important piece to that. So all of our students in kindergarten are reading on their own, reading independently by about October, November of the school year, if not earlier. But we balance that with hands-on instruction. I looked out my window last year and saw kindergarten students and their teachers sledding down the hill. When they study
right out here.
Yes, right out there. When they study fairy tales, they have a dress-up day when they get to dress up in their best fairy tale costumes, and they parade down the hallways for the older students to see them. So you have this academic focus. We certainly believe in that with a blend of enrichment opportunities as well as a lot of fun. So enrichment opportunities for students starting in kindergarten. Each week they have music exploration, they have an art class, they go to health and PE, they study a foreign language, so we balance between Mandarin and Spanish. And then they also get to go to the library and start checking out books and learning about a love of reading.
I mean, they're fully part of the school.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then when you add in 2 recesses,
for
each school day, a little bit of quiet time. We don't do naps in kindergarten, but we do have some quiet time. Lunch in the classroom. It's a full day in kindergarten. They come home really tired, but also really full of great learning and fun.
Yeah, I mean, for me, they're like right down below the offices here, so I get to see Mrs. James and Mrs. Brown and their team. So tell me a little bit about them. I mean,
oh my goodness, they're amazing. So my daughter had Mrs. Brown last year in kindergarten. Mrs. James was a teacher for us at PCA a number of years ago, and then she left to have her children, and now she is back as a kindergarten teacher. So both veteran teachers, master teachers who, to me, are lifelong learners. You can tell they are always learning. They are always trying to do things better, no matter if they've been teaching for 5 years or 26 years in Mrs. Brown's case, I think. But beyond just their knowledge of the profession, they love our children. And I have to say, as far as the students go at PCA, you can tell that our kindergarten students are treasured and valued here at PCA. They are loved. They're loved by those 8th graders who help them navigate in the hallways. They're loved by 5th grade students who spend time each week reading with them and reading buddies. You know, when kindergarten joins us for their first chapel, it's a big deal, and we welcome them. We have a special celebration at the end of the year for them to recognize them kind of graduating from kindergarten. But it's just it's a really important time, and we value that. And it's one of my biggest blessings is to watch kindergartners and how all of that develops over the school year.
Yeah, they really grow so much in that given year, and just even hear about building that community with the 5th graders and 8th graders, and even had the parents can come in and volunteer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we really value that interaction. That
we have many PCA parents who are a part of the school day,
right.
Not just with kindergarten, but with all of our age groups, but particularly with kindergarten, you will see a mom or a dad who goes to library class with the students, who goes to another enrichment. It's not uncommon to see them coming in and just having a special lunch with their child every now and then when they want to, or when they feel like they need that, and we can support that, certainly. Can I share one thing that my daughter did last year?
Yeah, please do. Go ahead.
So sometimes people ask me about Christian education and why Christian education, and so the story is last year Eden was studying the solar system for 2 weeks in kindergarten, and she came home with a craft. And the craft was based on the solar system, and it had this little star on it. And it was a wishing star. And the wishing star had a wish underneath it, but I didn't know what it was. And Eden brought it home, and she said, "Mom, look at my wish." And I flipped it over, and it said, "I wish for God to come into my heart." Wow. And I've saved it.
Sure.
Of course I did. And she was not told to write that down. It was not everybody put the same thing under the message, but something in the way that she was being taught and the way that she was studying the solar system when she wrote her wishing star craft. Yeah. I wish for God to come in my heart. I mean, I could sit here and cry about it right now just with
well, it's incredibly, I mean, I know as a parent,
yeah.
As our children go through and really take big steps, right? Steps in how they grow, but also steps in their faith.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's huge, and this is a safe, welcoming place for them.
And to think it starts, we know it starts even before kindergarten, but to see the fruits of that, even in these young 5- and 6-year-olds.
Well, Tuesday morning is a big morning here. The children are singing, kindergartners are learning these songs, these Bible songs. And
getting to lead them. They rotate the leadership. So each classroom, kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade, each week, they will stand up in front of their peers and lead songs or lead a prayer.
That's really cool.
During sing-along. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, Dr. Abood, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got a better picture of the amazing kindergarten program here at Portsmouth Christian Academy. And we hope that you're encouraged to even consider coming or inviting another friend to come out. Check us out. We've got some open houses coming up here in March, and we'd love to see you there. God bless you. See you next week, Mondays with Mike. Thanks, Dr. Abood.
Bye, guys.